I'm Fred, welcome to Stacks FS, and this is a quick shout out to those of you that are MX5 lovers. If you've never driven an MX5, you should. How should you drive an MX5? You should drive an MX5 with the hood down. Doesn't matter what the weather is, providing it's not chucking it down with the rain. A lot of people don't understand that actually, even when it's spitting, this thing will be fine in the rain. Heated seats, in the winter a woolly hat, and you're away. Absolutely fantastic. So what do I like about it the most? I like how I feel. I don't feel ostentatious in it. I don't feel snobby or overinflated ego, or like someone somehow saying that I'm showing off. Just being me. It's understated. It's, oh, that's a bit cute. You can be cheeky in this, drive a bit heavily, and still get a smile from people from the cute little car that you are. Now, at the moment, I've got the roof up. You can see I'm nearly 6'3", and I can fit in this car. I would, however, say that for really long journeys, it's not so good. My hips start to ache a little bit. It's a bit of a short journey car for me. What I do find with the roof up, there's quite a bit of noise that comes from behind the rear wheels through the sort of the structure. So with the roof up, you tend to really need the music on. Interestingly enough, with the roof down, you do not feel that. This car is a roof down car, 100%. So why do people love this car? Well, it's a two-seater. It's got a romantic look about it. We used it for our wedding car. This is a manual gearbox, and I'm in the Mark III 2-litre Sport at the minute, which is an absolutely wonderful little car. It's not the most powerful car in the world. I think this is about 160 brake horsepower, there and thereabouts. There'll be some techies on the forum tell you it's 158 or whatever. Fundamentally, it's a Ford engine in it. Now, you can pick these cars up from as little as 2.5 to about 8 grand for the older Mark IIIs. Wonderful price, really, considering how much of a little roadster you get. They're pretty basic, but I get heated seats. I don't have aircon. I've got an upgraded stereo someone's put in it at some point. But you know what? This is a top-down car, and you don't really care when you're driving whether or not you got all the mod cons or not, because when you're in it, you just feel amazing, and people look at you. But what's more important about this car really is the way it drives. This really is a phenomenal little car. Is it the fastest car? No. Is an MX-5 the best handling car in the world? It's actually not. Its level of grip will not outgrip some high performance cars. Let's get that clear. However, it is a lot of fun. And there's a lot to be said about that, you know, 3, 4, 5k, you can buy yourself a car that you go out, you take out, you give it a little razz around. You're not breaking any epic sound barriers or anything, but you are having fun. And on today's roads, that's pretty important. So in a moment, I'm going to stop and I'm going to just put the roof down, and we'll carry on and see how the sound is on the camera with the roof down. So here I am in an MX-5. I'm about to put the roof down. Ready? Done. You show me any car that I can do that, the convertible roof that fast. There isn't a car on the block that you can do that with. It's phenomenal, and I love it. I love the convenience of that. Another thing I would say about this car is it's actually quite comfortable on the suspension. And what do I mean by that? Well, you get used to a lot of BMW type cars, and they're really rigid on the suspension. You love driving them, but if you're feeling a bit ropey or you're on some potholey roads, they can get a bit much. Whereas this Mazda, it tends to be, it's pretty supportive and soft, which maybe will limit the grip, you know, the lateral grip in some of the corners. But overall, it's a really good setup. This one's got tan leather interior, and I tend to find it's a bit like, I feel like I'm driving a 60s roadster without all the pain of a 60s car. You know, this is a noughties car. The wind is really low in this car. Now, when I compare that to the Boxster, Porsche Boxster, the wind, there's more wind around the back of your neck in the Porsche Boxster. So you really want one of those air collars. There's hardly any wind around here. It's really, really good. Your hat, even though I'm so tall, almost head sticking out the top of the car, my hat sticks on fine even at sort of motorway speeds. If you take a 4-seater convertible, you tend to find the wind blowing around the cabin, around here. Even if you put the the windbreaker up in the rear seats, which a lot of them come with, there is so much more wind than there is in a car like this. And I don't know why exactly it is, because it's only a little cheap dinky design, but man, it's such good fun to have on the road. It's so good to swing around. The best thing about this car is you genuinely feel like you can just rag it round all day, push it hard, rev it, and it doesn't care. It doesn't break down, it doesn't cost you a fortune, it doesn't go wrong. It's just easy peasy driving. The way cars should be. Some high performance cars, you drive them around quickly and you know that you're going to pay the price. Something's going to wear out, something's going to break. Not on an MX-5. More, it says. Thrash me more.